So what you just saw there was me on my way home from work on an e-scooter. Because what happened was, I work in a restaurant, and then, because there were so many customers today, I had to stay at the restaurant a little longer. So then I stayed longer, and then I left, and I missed my tram. So then, because I missed my tram, I had to take an e-scooter home. And I'm about to go for a run. It's almost midnight. Well, actually, no, it's like 11:30. But on the way back on that e-scooter, I was really fighting the urge to just stay home and not go for my run. And the reason I'm going for a run right now is because I had a lot of things going on today. And I was supposed to go to the gym, but I didn't go to the gym because I had so many things going on and I couldn't go to the gym. But it happens sometimes. But then that's exactly why I'm going for the run, because I said I was going to go to the gym and I didn't. So then now I'm going to go for the run. But, I'm the type of guy who, if I don't get my tasks done, I can't go to sleep. I actually can't go to sleep. I have trouble going to sleep, and it's because I know that I should have done it, but I didn't. And I'm going to sleep with that feeling of stress and anxiety. And I don't want to feel that, to be honest. I like to think of myself in the future. Like, how would I feel in the future? If I'm fighting the urge to not run right now, how would I feel in the future if I don't go run? Oh, I'm gonna feel like trash if I don't go run. So then I gotta go run. I'd rather go to bed with that peace of knowing that I did my thing, knowing that I did what I was supposed to do. And I'd rather go to bed with that peace and that feeling of accomplishment. Like, yeah, man, I did this. I don't want to wake up with regret. I don't want to wake up feeling like I broke a promise to myself. I don't like that. And that's exactly why I'm going for the run right now. I don't care if it's, almost midnight. I don't care if it's a Saturday right now and everyone is outside partying. Literally on the way back home, I saw on every street that I went to, just teenagers, people my age, just going out and partying and drinking and smoking weed, And it really got me thinking, dude, well, actually, I even saw one lady, like an adult lady, being an idiot and grabbing a bottle, trying to, like a basketball, throw it into garbage, completely missed it, and then broke the glass. You have a child with you. That lady was literally pushing a baby stroller with a baby inside. She was with her friend, threw the freaking bottle, cracked right in the middle of the street. You have a baby and you're still acting childish. I just don't want to be that. I refuse to be the 99% of people, and that's exactly why I'm going for this run right now. Because greatness is a choice. You choose to either be great or be average. And if you choose to be great, then you do actions that make you great. I don't want to be an old man one day and then look back on my life and think, what did I do? What did I actually accomplish with my life? I want to look back and see all the great things that I did, see all the lives that I've changed, see all the success that I've had because I decided to go through a little bit of pain. Because I decided to sacrifice what feels comfortable now for my future self. That's what I want to feel when I look back on my life as an old man. I want to know that I did everything that I could in order to achieve the success for myself, for my family, for the people around me. I want to be able to take care of my family, And I'm not going to be able to take care of my family if I don't sacrifice my comfort right now. I had a vision the other day, a vision of me, taking my girlfriend on a holiday when I become successful. And I'm not going to be able to fulfill that vision if I'm not taking action today. It doesn't matter if I'm tired right now. I don't know if you can see my eyes on camera, but I'm super tired right now, right? When I look at myself in the mirror, I can see black, what do you call those? Black rings around my eyes because I'm so tired, right? I haven't been sleeping a lot because I've just been grinding. But anyways, I want to fulfill my vision, and I'm not going to be able to fulfill my vision if I'm not sacrificing comfort. I need to put in the work in order to get the results. And that's exactly what I'm doing, right? And God gave me a purpose. And my purpose is to change lives, is to help people understand that no matter what you're going through, you can still come out on top. It's my purpose is to show people what it takes to achieve success, right? I didn't have an easy life. I had a hard life growing up. I had to deal with a lot of pain, and all that pain was for a reason. So I'm going to show you guys that it is possible. It doesn't matter what circumstances life throws at you, it is possible to come out on top every single time. And with that being said, I'm about to go for my run, but I'm really, really, really tired. Like, honestly, I'm so tired. I feel like I'm going to pass out. That's exactly why I'm going to have honey. And I'm going to try this with you right here on camera. I haven't tried this yet. My girlfriend's grandma bought this for us, and it's local raw honey. So I'm going to try it with you guys right here. Let me show you something about honey, right? If the honey's good, if the honey's raw, it's got to be local. And here's how you tell the honey's raw. You see that like crystallization? That's when you know the honey's good. So try to find honey that's, crystallized. It shows that it's raw. But man, this is so good. Like, look, oh my goodness. Yeah, I gotta have this as a pre-run, boost, so I don't die on the streets, bro. But here you go. I'm gonna try this with you. Okay? Oh crap. All right, let's go. Bro. Oh my goodness. I gotta have another. Bro. Oh my goodness. Bro, I love honey so much you don't understand. I'm like a bear. Like, if honey sees me, honey better run away. Cause I'm destroying that honey. Alright, I gotta stop, bro. This is the last bite. Alright. I'm good. Alright, I'll put this away and I'll see you guys. Man, I'm tired, but we gotta go. These are the times where you have to push through. No one is easy, but when it's hard, this is where the test is truly made. This is the test. I'm not gonna stop until I reach my goals. I'm never gonna give up. I don't care who doubts me. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna prove them all wrong because I got God next to me. Just got back home from the run. I'm sorry I'm not really speaking with energy right now, but like it's really late at night and I don't want to disturb my neighbors. I really feel like I want to scream into the camera, but I just can't do that right now, unfortunately. Maybe I'll find a place in the future where I can just, really let my heart out and speak how I want to speak without really caring about what the neighbors think or whatever, right? But I'm super tired right now as well. Honestly, I really feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like, it's been a long day. I've barely eaten anything. I had work. I walked like 20,000 steps. I'm really tired right now, but it's in these moments where you really, really, really show who you are. It's the person who's gonna succeed is the one who's gonna face times like these and who's going to keep pushing through and pushing through and pushing through. And the people who are going to lose are the people who face times like these, and then they see the obstacle and they just give up, right? Was it easier for me to just stay home and not do anything today? Of course. I wanted to stay home. I fought the idea of staying home the entire e-scooter ride I had tonight. But I knew that if I just stayed home and slept and skipped, I would have went to bed feeling like a fraud, feeling like I let myself down, feeling like I let my people down, everything, right? I knew that I would have that feeling of regret waking up in the morning. So I didn't want to have that. You know how many times I've said I'm going to do something and then I don't do it and I felt that regret afterwards? Oh, Jordan, you're a fraud. Jordan, you're a horrible person. You said you were going to do something. You let yourself down. And then you go to the mirror and you look at yourself and you just like see yourself and you just hate yourself even more. And then you start to feel like, oh, I didn't go for that run, so then I'm now fat. And then you grab your stomach and then you're like, bro, I hate how I look right now. I should punish myself. Maybe I won't eat. Maybe I'll fast, right? But that's not how things should work. I would rather feel the pain of going for a run, even when I'm tired, even when I'm hungry, even when it's late at night. I'd rather go so I don't feel that regret afterwards. Like, you gotta realize that every action that you take or don't take is a vote for the person you wish to become. So I wish to become the best version of myself, so I'm gonna do things that the best version of myself would do. You need to think about this too. Like, what would the best version of yourself do? Truly think about it when you're faced with a decision. Think about what the best version of yourself would do. And if you want to be that version of yourself, then do what that version of yourself would do. The best version of me today would have went on that run. And what did I do? I decided to go. You got to think of it this way, right? Imagine there's a villain and a hero. Every time you do the action of the best version of yourself, you give a point to the hero. And every time you don't do the action that your best self would do, you give a point to the villain. And like, at the end of the day, who's gonna have more points? Is it the hero or the villain? I choose to let the hero have more points. I want that. Now, some days, I'm not gonna lie, some days the villain wins. But what happens when you do that? When that happens, you just bounce right back and then you give more points to the hero the next day, right? Not everyone's perfect. Nobody's perfect at all. We're gonna have ups and we're gonna have downs, but that's just part of life. But the key here is just to, when you face those moments, you don't give up. You get right back up and you continue fighting. You want to know why I fight every single day? Because of my parents. My parents were the bravest people I've ever known in my life. I don't think the word give up even exists in their vocabulary, right? But if you don't know my story, my parents both died when I was young. My mom died when I was 13, my dad died when I was 17. They were the strongest people I've ever met. Like, even on the verge of dying, they were still fighting every single day. I remember one time where my dad was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks away from dying, right? Bro, I was sitting right next to him, okay? I was sitting right next to him, and he was like texting on his phone. But he was super weak, right? Because he had cancer and he was so skinny. He was like texting super slow, but he was texting people. And I was like, who are you texting? And then he turned to me and he said, I'm texting my customers. I'm like, why are you texting your customers? You're literally like dying. He's like, I can't give up. I can't stop. I have to do what I have to do. Bro, he said that to me, right? He said that to me. Imagine someone on the verge of dying and they're still pushing through every single day. And that was my dad. If I saw my dad doing that, how do you expect me to give up when I see the slightest bit of an obstacle? How do you expect me to give up? I can't give up. Same with my mom, bro. She never, ever gave up. She was always the type of person who kept going. Same with my dad. Just kept going. And I grew up with that my entire life, and I'm so blessed with that. I don't even know how to say this, bro, but seeing them go through all that pain and them still never giving up really boosts me. You know, I like to imagine sometimes when I'm alone or something. When I'm alone and I'm walking back home, I like to look up to the sky and I like to imagine them together again. They're together, they're smiling, they're looking down at me saying, Jordan, we love you. Keep going, you're doing great. You know, I'd like to imagine that. And it always puts this feeling of peace in my heart. And this feeling of, Jordan, you're never gonna give up. You can't ever give up because they're there watching over you. They're there looking at you. They're smiling because of the person that you've become. And when I think about that, how can I ever give up? You know? How can I ever give up? That's why I wake up early. That's why I do all my tasks. That's why I push to become the best version of myself every day, is because I think about them. And I think about the future family that I want to have. How can I be the greatest father, the greatest husband, the greatest uncle, the greatest whatever, the greatest grandpa to my family, right? And that's being a man and not making excuses to the things that I have to do. It is my duty to become the best version of myself because I'm a man. Like, don't you get it? How can I stop when there are people relying on me? I don't get it. People have become way too soft. They see the slightest bit of an obstacle and they tell themselves immediately that they can't do something, or that it's too hard, or that they won't even try because, oh yeah, I can't do this. Bro, you don't even know if you can do it or not. Why do you think you make no progress in life? Like, you say you want a good body, you say you want discipline, you say you want to become the best version of yourself, but whenever you see the slightest bit of an obstacle, you turn around and say, nah, this is too hard. How do you expect to make any progress in life? You can't. Do you really think success comes easy? Do you really think living with purpose is easy? No. Jesus died living his purpose. Do you expect it to be any easier for you? Do you expect to wake up and not do anything and expect to have all this like success? No, that's not how it works. You gotta wake up and you gotta go to war every single day. Every single day you gotta go to war. It's not easy. We're called to do hard things, but that's what makes this story so beautiful. I think God did this on purpose. Like, let's say you watched a movie, right? A superhero movie. If the superhero had an easy life, would that make his story interesting? No, it wouldn't. But what makes a hero story so interesting and so fascinating to us is because they go through so much hardship and then they fight and they come out on top and end up beating the villain. That's what makes a hero story so good. Now, you're your own hero in your own story. Do you expect your life to be easy? Do you want to have a boring story, or do you want to have a good story, a fascinating story? I choose to have a fascinating story every single time. So I'm willing to pay the price of discomfort, the price of hardship, the price of isolation. I'm willing to pay that price because I want a fascinating story. I want to look back one day as an old man and say, man, I freaking did it. I did it. My life was hard, but I did it. And I'd like to go to heaven one day and see my parents again and say, Mom, Dad, I did it. I know you were watching over me and I did it, Mom. I did it, Dad. Every time I want to give up, I think about them. Every single time. When my dad died, I went up to his body. You know, everyone left me alone in the room with him, like with his dead body. And I went up to him and I literally grabbed his hand. And then I looked at his body. I said, Dad, I'm going to become the best version of myself. And I'm going to achieve all my dreams for you and Mom. That's what I said. And then I kissed him on the forehead. That was it. And then I just left the room. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve my dreams. I'm never going to give up. I don't care who doubts me. I don't care what kind of trials I face. I have God by my side and I have a drive by my side. Do you think God gave me this mindset for no reason? He gave me this mindset because he knew the things that were coming to me. If he had given me a weak mindset, I'd be dead. I would have unalived myself. But no, he gave me, the Lord gave me a strong mindset because he knew the life that I would have. And he knew that I needed a strong mindset. And I thank the Lord for giving me a strong mindset. Because without it, I wouldn't be here right now. I'm just telling you the truth. I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't have a strong mindset. And this run, it might seem so insignificant to you. But truly, like, this was something that was so easy to do. This was so easy to give up on. To give up on myself in this situation. It's late at night. People just want to go to sleep. It's a freaking Saturday night. People want to go party. They want to drink. They want to smoke weed. And that's what 99% of people are doing. There's a freaking party next door. You probably can't hear the music right now, but like, as I was coming home, I saw all of them partying, have freaking music blasting. That's what the 99% of people do, but I want to be in the 1%. I can't do the same things as them. I can't. If you want 1% results, you got to do 1% actions. You can't expect to live like the 99% and expect 1% results. No, if you live like the 99, you're going to get the 99. That's just how it works. You reap what you sow. It's a biblical principle. You reap what you sow. Surround yourself with good people. You're going to be good. Surround yourself with people who do drugs and drink. You're going to be the next one to do drugs and drink. It's a frequency. What you surround yourself with, what you listen to, it all shapes who you are. The choices that you make shapes who you are. Right? There's a Batman quote that I'm thinking about right now. It's like, what's that quote in Batman Begins where Rachel's like, Bruce, it's not who we are underneath, but it's what we do that shows who we truly are. That quote, that's what I'm thinking about right now. And that run made me think, like, bro, even though I'm tired as shit, even though I want to sleep, my girlfriend made freaking amazing food that I can't even eat right now. Right? I wanted to stay home and just relax, have a nice meal, cuddle with my girlfriend, just go to sleep. But no, I chose to come on this run because I know that casts a vote on who I truly want to become in life. I don't want to live with any regrets. One of my biggest fears is dying one day, going to heaven, seeing God, and God telling me, yo, Jordan, you were supposed to do this. I created you for this. I gave you all these gifts and talents because you were meant to change the world. You were meant to inspire people. You were meant to build strong men. But instead, you chose to be this fat motherfucker. And you chose to be lazy. And you chose to eat freaking Pop-Tarts and watch porn and beat your meat all day. What the fuck did I create you for? That's what, excuse me for my language, but that's what I fear. I want to live every day how God wants me to live. I want to know that I'm doing the right things to push me towards my purpose. That's truly what I want. And I'm doing that every single day. I'm freaking locked in. And if you want the same results, you gotta lock in, My life didn't change until I truly locked in. Like, I would say I wanted things. I wanted the nice body. I wanted to make money. I wanted to do this and do that. But then my actions were not aligned with what I wanted. And if you truly want change, you need to know what you want, but you got to back it up by the actions. Your actions need to align with what you say you want. So if you want a fit body, you got to exercise. You got to eat healthy. If you want to make money, you got to build a business. You got to go find a job, right? You can't just say, man, I want a fit body, but then you eat fucking cereal and Pop-Tarts. You can't say, you can't say, I want a good, godly woman. I want a good woman in my life, but then you're like still in front of your computer screen, beating your meat and freaking busting to pixels on the screen, bro. You can't do that. You say you want to get closer to God, but you don't even pick up your Bible and read it. You say you want to be successful, but you can't even wake up early in the morning and do your deep work. Like, what do you want? You know what you want, but you're not backing it up with actions. You got to back it up with actions consistently. And when you feel like you want to give up, you keep going even more and more and more. You keep going harder. And then eventually, boom, the results come. That's how life works. Truly, that's how life works. It's going through the trenches. Working every single day, not seeing results. Working every day, not seeing results. Working every day, not seeing results. Working, no results. Working, boom. Everything hits you like a truck. It's like fitness, right? Let's say with me, I diet every single day. Diet, see no results. Diet, no results. And then it's like I wake up one day and magically all the fat disappeared, and then now I have a freaking six-pack. It's exactly like that. But you gotta put in the actions even when you don't see results. Most people, they give up when they don't see results. And that used to be me too. I would diet, not see results, and just go back to binge eating food. Junk food, eating chocolate. Bro, I'm a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth. I would not see any results. And be like, yeah, fuck it. Binge eat, lose all my progress, hate myself even more. Diet for a few days, not see results, binge eat, hate myself even more than the last time. And then I remember like grabbing the fat on my stomach and just feeling so disgusted of how freaking fat I am. You know? It's horrible. It's horrible. You gotta stick to your word. You gotta do the things that you say you're gonna do, because that's how you progress in life. It doesn't matter what freaking time it is. It doesn't matter how late it is. If you say you want to achieve something, you gotta put in the actions. Put in the work. Stay disciplined. But man, that's me for now. Like, honestly, I'm so tired. I feel like I'm gonna pass out just by talking to you guys. You guys can probably hear my energy, like how low. You can hear how low my energy is right now, right? Bro, I actually feel I'm gonna pass out. So I hope you got value from this video. Go send me a DM on Instagram. I'll link it in the bio. Go send me a DM on Instagram if you need some advice. I'm always there to help you. You're my brother. You're my sister. I'm there to help you. And if you need help building discipline, building a strong mindset, building your dream physique, and getting closer to the Lord, send me a DM on Instagram. Let's book that call. Let's make it happen. And I'll see if you're a good fit for my program. And as always, I'm rooting for you, I believe in you, and I love you. Mwah. Mwah.